Hello, I'm Mrs. Vana and I teach Algebra 2. I've been teaching 3 years, all at Sabino. I graduated with my bachelor's degree from WGU. I'm also finishing up my master's degree there for learning and technology. I'll hopefully be done at the end of October. I am married and I have three children: Jeffrey, 8, Olivia, 4, and Zoe, who is 1. My motto for the students is set yourself up for success. I just want them to have all of the tools and support they need to be successful in life no matter where it takes them. The tools that we'll be using this year when we're in the online environment is Clever. That's the starting point. That's where just about everything else we're going to be using will be housed. It's for the most part a single sign in, so you just sign into Clever and you could mostly get in anything else you need to. Teams is where all of the assignments will mostly be housed and where they can turn in most of their assignments. IXL, we started off with the diagnostic so I can see where everybody is, where we're struggling with the most. It's also a great practice tool. Once I teach a topic, um, it's a great place to go to practice that. Repetition is a lot of times the key in math, so that's a great place to get that repetition and to make sure you really fully understand it. And if you get the answer wrong, it'll help you figure out what step you might have messed up on. And then we also use Zoom. That's our online classroom. That's where we meet as a class. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, our class structure. The first 30 minutes, we do a whole class Zoom meeting. I go over examples or check in with them. We do review whatever's on the agenda for the day. And then the last 30 minutes is asynchronous. So this is independent work time. There might be an assignment that they need to get done that day. It might be a good time to get missing assignments done, to get caught up. It might be a good time to watch YouTube videos, and I'll go over that in a little bit. Um, Wednesday, we check in for attendance, but then the rest of the day is asynchronous time. That's where I'll give them an assignment, and that assignment typically needs to be done that day. And they use the class time to work on that, but they don't necessarily have to be on Zoom. They don't have to be in camera. They don't have to be engaging with me. They just do it independently, just on their own. Maybe a good time to get away from the computer sometimes. If they need more examples or have more questions, they can stay during that asynchronous time. They can email me if they have any questions. They can set up a time before school or at lunch that we can go over, like one on one, some things that they might need. Um, I put YouTube videos on as well as like teaching them how to do things in class. I put YouTube videos up. They'll have a weekly assignment calendar in Teams, and they can go in there and watch a YouTube video of what we're going to do the next day to get ready for it. They can watch the YouTube video of whatever we learned that current day to maybe they just want to see if they understand it and they don't really, so they want some more examples or some more notes to take. They can do that in Teams. Right now, I'm only doing 2 grades per week. Um, that's when we're in the online environment. When we're in class, there'll be homework every night except for the day of or before an assessment. But every other night, you would have homework typically in my math classes. But since we're in this online environment, we need to go a little bit slower. It's more of a process to actually turn work in than it would be in the classroom. So I only do 2 grades per week right now. The topics that we're hoping to get covered for quarter 1 is linear equation functions and starting off with the quadratic functions. Quarter 2 will finish off quadratics and so on and so forth. But because we're in this online environment and things are going to be going a little bit slower, we might not get to everything that's on this list. We will definitely do our best, but it's harder for some people to show up because of technology issues. Um, we're having to go slower because of just this whole environment. So I'm going to do my best to cover everything I can, but without overwhelming everybody and without going too fast. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, definitely please email me. Communication is the key for both you to communicate with me and for my students to communicate with me. Uh, the more the merrier, and it really helps me understand where everybody's at. I hope you have a great evening and please stay safe.